Good morning, Lynn here from Destiny Fulfilled. I do hope this day finds you well. Today's card that I've drawn is the King of Wands in reverse. So the King of Wands, when it's upright, is someone that's standing in their true power and they're displaying all the positive attributes around that state of being, right? When we get this card in reverse, it's really, we're delving into the shadow side of that state of being, right? So someone that it could display itself as you being overly aggressive, overly ambitious, overly assertive. You could be a little bit bombastic. You could be a little bit obnoxious in your behavior. You could be, being impulsive. You could be being impatient, all of those shadow type behaviors that we display when, where that side of us comes forth, right? But what this card is actually asking for us to do is have a look at ourselves with compassion. Get curious about our shadow side and why it comes forth in different times for us, and it happens to all of us, right? We're human beings. We are experiencing human behaviors, human feelings, human thoughts, and the shadow side is part of that, most definitely. So some questions you might want to ask is, what is triggering me emotionally at this time? Get curious, really try to dig in and find out, well, what triggered me to behave that way? Why do I think that I, snapped her head off when I was talking to her, or I became, angry about that when really, now I'm past that emotion, I'm wondering why I did that. Dig in and try and find out about those triggers and understand what's going on and what's at play for you at this time. Another question might be, when I'm being overbearing or impatient or aggressive in my behavior, what am I trying to protect within me? What am I trying to protect? And keep digging on this one, go down. Keep asking, why do I feel that? Why do I feel that? Whenever you get an answer to the question, keep digging down until you get to that root cause of what it is that you're trying to protect in that behavior. It's more than likely it's a fear within you that's surfacing, and you're displaying outwardly this overly aggressive or overly assertive behavior to try and protect something that is potentially, very, very delicate within you at that time. And when you see that your shadow side is coming forth, what do you feel about that? How do you feel about your shadow side? What do those emotions feel like? When you think of shadow side and the emotions that are associated with that, what does that feel like for you? What thoughts come up when you think about your shadow side behavior? We have to have, and this goes back to the first video that I made, it's all about duality, right? Or polarity. We all have these emotions within us, and they all come out at different times, at different strengths. Nobody is perfect 100% of the time. We all have situations that trigger us, situations that, our protect shield goes up, and, and we're out with our claws out going, get away from me. This is something I feel very protective about, and you act in a way that potentially later on you may feel, well, could I have handled that differently? Not necessarily better, but differently. It's all about getting curious about yourself and understanding what triggers your shadow side, and why what do you feel after that's occurred? You know, how do you feel about those emotions when they've been, you've done what you've done, and then, you know, how does that make you feel once you've had an experience like that? And see if you can try and change that from one of shame or regret to one of curiosity, one where, you know, I wonder why did I do that in that situation? And see if you can learn you know, something from that situation that may help you in the future to possibly react in a slightly different way. And the last question is, so one of the other meanings for this card is that you can be creatively blocked, right? Because the wands is all about inspiration. So for others, this may be manifesting as being creatively blocked. And that may mean, you know, like you just, you know, you want to write, you want to paint, you want to sing, you want to dance, but for whatever reason, those free-flowing inspiration is just not coming forth. And one of the last question that I'll put forth is, you know, what's one or two things that I can do to help me start to move past that blocked feeling? And for me, I paint, right? So when I'm creatively blocked, the thing that I do is I just go paint. You know, I work on background, something that doesn't necessarily need my inspiration or my muse to be there, however you want to think about that. I just go paint. I pick 3 colours or 4 colours, and I just start making marks on a canvas or on a book, whatever it is that I'm painting on or in at that time. And that to me just gets me painting. And once I've done that for a little while, then, you know, and it could take weeks, right? I just keep doing it. I just keep doing it over and over and over again. You know, I may end up with 50 layers on a canvas before I actually get the inspiration of what I want to bring forth on that. But that's okay. You know, I'm still being creative. I'm still doing the work. I'm still, you know, engaging with my inspiration, engaging with my creativity, but without the pressure of having to produce that masterpiece or that finished product in that one sitting, right? I give myself permission just to make marks, just to paint, just to, and the same with writing, right? When you want to write something, just write something, whatever, journal, get that pen moving across the page, or get your fingers on the keyboard and start working, start doing the work. It doesn't have to be a masterpiece. It doesn't have to be, you know, a finished product. Just do something. So ask yourself that question. What is one or two things that I can do to help me move past this feeling of being totally blocked and unable to create in any way? Anyway, that's all that I have for today. I do hope that, you know, if you are delving into your shadow side today, be gentle with yourself, be compassionate with yourself, be loving to yourself, and take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.